Caleb Hammer. Okay, Caleb Hammer is here. Shout out to Caleb right here. Caleb Hammer has a video that just got released a few days ago right here. And the video, it says financial audits first escort. Okay. And it says she's a prostitute. And now let's take up the woman here. This woman's going to prove a lot of what I tell you. It's not that men are paying for highly attractive women. They're paying for access to almost any woman. Just because a woman's a JUCO or an escort or a prostitute or whatever you want to call them doesn't mean they're going to be conventionally attractive. Sometimes they can be edgy. Sometimes they could just be mid. Sometimes they can be ugly as fuck. They can be fat. They can be old. Okay. There's a whole variety in, there's a lane in the niche for everything. And I've been telling you, your future wives are on the spectrum. This woman is 20 years old, 20. But of course, we're supposed to think her brainstem ain't developed. And then you're going to say, who would pay for that? Somebody. Somebody go. Trust me, that's how it works at the JUCO. They're not always the model type. In fact, they're almost rarely the model type unless you got talking about $1,500. Okay. But a lot of young women, this is how they get through life. Stripping, dating, relationship, sugar baby. This is how they get through life. And you can't really blame them. This is the easiest thing for them to do. Right. In a world where we discourage, this is the hypocrisy part. In the world where we discourage women from getting married young and having babies young and having relationships young, we don't discourage them from this. We actually promote it. Cardi B, the whole culture promotes it. There's a silent promotion of this culture on the internet, and young women are going for it. OnlyFans. But then when you come out to the regular world and you come outside, they call in older men predators for trying to date a 18, 19, 20-year-old like this woman, right? They try to act like you're doing something wrong, but they promote it silently behind closed doors. And they say, a girl got to do what a girl got to do. She got to do what she got to do to get through life. See what I'm saying? So that's why I say I give less than a fuck. All right. I give less than a fuck. You ain't going to talk me out of it. You can't make me feel sorry for the situation because most of the time they're choosing it. And they're saying they got to do what they got to do to get through. Okay. But it's being promoted across the boards on all of their boards, on all of their Reddits, on all of their goddamn TikTok, HOTOK, 304 Talk, music, culture, Sabrina Carpenter. They're promoting it and they're telling people to look the other way. And then they want you niggas to marry them on the back end. And they're going to say, I had to get through life. I had to do what I want. Now, I ain't sad about these women and not ladies. I'm glad y'all here providing the service. I praise you guys. I believe you're doing a wonderful thing. Just make sure your pussy is clean when I come through. All right. This is a great lane for me at this time of my life. You guys are wonderful human beings. Okay. I don't look down at you. I don't judge you. But what I'm not going to do, and the one thing I'm not going to do is give you a relationship or marry you. That's what I ain't going to do. Because they do this. A lot of women got pretty women syndrome. When you know that Pretty Woman movie, you guys think this came out of the blue, but the Pretty Woman movie was exactly this. Okay, and that movie came out in 1989 or 1990. Pretty Woman. What was it? She was a hooker on the street, met a billionaire nigga, and reluctantly married the nigga. Fell in love, a love story. So this ain't nothing new. We just see it overtly lived out. And we see women shamelessly say and claim it. All right. But what you ain't going to do is get a relationship because a lot of these women, they're not as active as you might think. And then they find a guy and they find a unk and then they want to marry him. All right. And that's what happens here. So we got this video here. Shout out to and fair use to Caleb Hammer in his channel. Great channel. I actually used to show his videos before he blew up.
Just to be clear.
All right. But we're going to go to the part here where she describes what's going on. Okay. And it's about, let me see here. It's how many minutes here? All right. We're going to go right here. We'll start it here. Share the screen. Shout out to you brothers. Contribute to the show. Don't be bashful. Don't be bashful. And by the way, Caleb Hammer, this is not the first sugar baby he's had on the show. I've actually reviewed several other sugar babies on the show. And one thing that I've been telling you is even when they are sugar babies or getting paid for this and sometimes making grandiose allowances, they're still broke. And that's going to show here. Everything that I teach you, a lot of guys are like, you making them rich. Money gone. Don't worry about that. I know dudes worried about you. You're actually trying to find a way to be mad at the system. They're not getting rich. 98%, 99% of them are not getting rich. Now, that might, I don't know if that how you feel about that. I'm not trying to justify it, but they're not getting rich. But they're making more money than you make. Sometimes they make more money than they do their regular job. And they still blow it. Okay. So they'll have a job. Most of these women got jobs. This is not their full-time job. They'll have a regular job. They'll be a student. They'll have a regular job over here. They'll do this. They'll have a corporate job, executive job, a regular middle of the road job. And this activity will yield more money than that regular job. And they'll still end up broke. Right? They'll still end up broke. So I don't know if that makes you feel better or worse, but this is something I've been telling you for a long time. Let's continue.
Well, my sugar daddy just broke up with me. So.
Okay, well, there goes the side income.
But I can find another one. Like, it's not that hard.
Maybe. Okay, pause. Yeah, is that what you're trying to do right now? Because there is full titty right here. Like, we're seeing tits. Zoom in on the tits. But
Zoom
also
in on the tits.
Why is it still blurry?
That's all the resolution we have. Making it bigger doesn't make it clearer.
well, also then zoom down. You got full belly hang. I don't know.
Belly hang. So this is an example of where dudes are like, there's models. I'm going to come over here and take $300 and go get a model. No, you're not. That's a whole different game and you ain't worried about it. This is what you're going to get right here. right here. Pillsbury biscuit can. That's what you're getting. Regular, degular, stock factory issued, run of the mill, girl next door, manic depressant. This is what you're getting.
If that leads to sugar daddy. I mean, dude, well, it's hanging. I'm being objective here.
Yeah, it is hanging.
I'm being objective. Like, okay, great. Yay,
Okay,
tits.
you know
Everyone
what?
likes tits. Your literal nipples are right there. Okay, good.
Damn,
They're
Caleb.
fine.
Star.
But then the belly, I don't know if that's going to be recruiting
Listen,
people. Because here's the thing. I'm not typically judging someone just based on that. Like, I don't care. Who cares? And you're not asking for that judgment. But if your entire existence of survival is recruiting men to pay you for your looks, then we got to be kind of objective about it. And then
Any girl that has a fat ass has a little tum.
well, I don't know if you do.
I do.
She don't got a fat ass. It's just wide. All right. She has a wide ass. All right. A wide ass does not make a fat ass. All right. There's a difference between a fat ass and a wide ass. All right. But Caleb's trying to basically say you're not conventionally attractive, so who's paying? Well, there's dudes that like tattooed up girls and Harley Quinn and suicide girls, self-deletion girls. I have to say it on this channel. They like edgy girls. There's dudes that are older that like this type of thing. Okay, so just because you're not conventionally attractive at the JUCO, that doesn't mean she can't qualify at the JUCO. Some dudes just want a regular girl. They're married. They don't want like a model BBL'd up, duck lip, breast implant girl, because number one, they're expensive, way more expensive than this girl. Number two, he just wants access to a cool girl, and that's what time it is. That's what time it is. So that's what Caleb doesn't understand, and a lot of dudes over here don't understand. Who would pay for that? There's somebody that would, and he might be married. She keeps it discreet. He might let her hit it raw. You're gonna hear that come up later. Bookmark that. He gonna let her hit it. She gonna let him hit it raw, as opposed to the BBL girl. Put a condom, and then boom, he's a regular all of a sudden. Let's continue.
So there we go. That's why I have a little tum, and it's cute. Tum is cute.
Well, are you looking to Brandon for affirmation?
Brandon, do you agree?
Has the modern dating landscape confused you? Have many of the standards that you heard you're kind of tired of hearing about, and you're wondering, what does it all mean? Well, look no further. Join us talking about the monetized dating marketplace right now on Locals, and it is CoachGregAdams.locals.com. You can create a free account to join the conversation between the Coach Gang members, but also on Sunday, we do a live stream demonstrating all aspects of the monetized dating marketplace, and coming soon in 2025, you're going to have access to a sample of the monetized dating marketplace course, where you can get information related to how to participate in the monetized dating marketplace and or how to understand it so you're not out here spinning your wheels trying to figure out how you're going to best deal with the monetized dating marketplace. Listen, everything and every aspect of dating is monetized. We just want to relieve the frustration that you might have about it. So the best way to do it is make a free account right there on Locals, CoachCraigAdams.locals.com. You can get access to those live streams, but create a free account. Just join the conversation. I am the only one covering this conversation from this point of view. And yes, I am ahead of my time. Get ahead of the information before you're priced out.
Brandon
He does not. But you do have scratch marks here. Is that from what they pay for?
Yep.
scratch mark.
Above your boob, right where your hand is. Right
Oh
now.
no, I scratched
That's
myself.
part of being
Okay,
close.
listen. I mean, I'm fat, so I got a fat ass. That doesn't mean like. Listen, it's usually the fat ass with like the person in shape is typically okay.
Yeah, I don't go to the gym.
And that's okay. That doesn't matter. Normally, I wouldn't like comment on that specifically.
Let me tell you something, just some experience from this. I know I'm interrupting, but fair use. Most of the time when you're dealing with women that do this, they let themselves go. All right. And one of the reasons why is that they're constantly trying to find one and replace one and date and get in a relationship. So they're on the spectrum. So they lose their focus on taking care of themselves. Whereas a woman that's on the high end, she is not dating that many people. She's only got 2 or 3 regulars and then the sugar daddy paying a lump sum allowance. So that affords her to take care of herself and have Equinox membership and take care of herself and get tan and wax, where she's on a middle to low end tier and she's constantly replacing and dating and messaging. So they lose themselves. And she probably wasn't in great shape to begin with, but it's going to get worse. She's 20. By 24, she'll be completely dusted out. She'll still find somebody, but that's neither here nor there.
But if your entire income source is men paying for you to kind of be the hot one, right?
Well, first of all, it's not my entire income source.
Okay, what came in from sugar daddy that just broke
Last
up?
month, I think like $5,000.
Good.
$5,000.
Well, that is your primary income.
Yeah, it's my primary income, but it's not
Hold
all
on. How
my
old is this man?
He's-
and was
He
'cause
is.
he broke up.
Yeah, but he's still alive. He's not dead.
Phew.
Hmm.
Okay, so he broke up. Why?
It was a lot of things, but
He had multiple sugar daddies and was sleeping around.
basically like the tipping point was because I was out with one of my other sugar baby friends.
There you go. Well, there you go. So other sugar baby friends. And that means she was out with other sugar daddies. She probably was out walking the carpet at Caesar's Palace with her other escort friend. And he didn't like that. All right. So that probably what happened.
Oh, sugar baby friends.
Yeah,
Is
like
she more attractive?
no, I think
Can I
we're-
see?
Yeah, sure.
Oh,
You might think she's more attractive, but she's like more LA, like Barbie
Well,
doll.
isn't that what they're paying for?
no, that's not what they're paying for. That's a misconception. So what happened was, I guess she was out with the other girl and the other girl's prettier than her.
Well,
I'm
guys
sorry.
have
I'm
different
just
types.
trying to be objective here. I know this is probably coming across
Yeah,
as
but
rude,
like,
maybe a
also,
little sexist.
like,
I don't give
you can't sit here and say that I'm not pretty.
You're
We can say you're not pretty.
6 out of 10.
Definitely
A
not pretty.
6 out of 10.
Okay, I'm being
Big
objective
wild.
here.
She's a 4.
Oh, because she's pretty too. She's really she's
Damn, Caleb.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
another stuff.
See, this is what you think when you think sugar baby. This is
All right. So the friend is a baddie. All right. And that typically, I've had that happen where the one that I had, they had a friend doing the same thing that was way more attractive. And I was like, damn, all right, maybe I should go for the friend. And the friend most of the time is going to be probably the one coaching them. So the one you got, which is her, the friend is the coach or the mama-san or the pimp or whatever you want to call it. The more attractive friend is the coach. And so she follows the orders of the most attractive one. She's the Heidi Fleiss, if you will. The friend is the one that knows the game and knows how to do this. And so that friend teaches her. But this one's a little too goofy to pull it off because she's not as attractive as the other one. So it doesn't exactly work the same way. Let me go ahead and continue.
there's different types of guys out
he
there.
has
Okay, so do
hot.
you want to hear the tea? Want to hear the tea about
to a certain
this?
point, I wanted to mesh with kind of what's going on because you literally just lost double your income. You're making practically 6 figures net a month,
like,
a year. Sorry.
Year.
Why did he break up? Because he saw you go out with the hot one.
This is my roommate.
Well, what?
Because she's also a sugar baby.
Your roommate's stunning.
Okay, why?
Where is she?
How?
So let me stop right here, guys. Let me just show you this. Didn't I tell you this? So this is the silent thing moving around. So all the friends know, right? But the men seem to be the last to know. But all of their friends are doing this right up under your nose. But they also date you guys. They're also on Bumble and Hinge. They're also going on dates. They also got little boyfriends. So this is when you come in and you're like, who are these friends? And you feel uncomfortable about it. Well, it's rightly so, because guess what? The friends are doing devious shit and they're keeping the secret away from you. But she got 2 friends that are also doing it. They almost inevitably have other friends doing it and introduce it to them. Almost inevitably. And we're seeing this too. I've described that before. Okay, now the other friend is there and better looking.
Why am I getting so like shit on right now?
Well, you're not ugly. Just not. It's not what we usually think when we think sugar baby. I'm
but
probably
there's-
coming across. I'm not trying to be rude.
Okay.
I'm trying to be objective. If you're recruiting sugar daddy and you're making 5,000, but he just broke up with you, why?
Because so I went out with my other sugar baby friend,
Yeah, the hot
and
one.
yes, the hot one. And she was like, let's go to this hotel because I really wanted to go swimming. So then she was like, it'll be free. And I was like, okay, we go. And then it's not free. And she's like, how much is a room? The girl's like $500 a night. And I'm like, okay, let's just go. Like, we don't need to be here. And then,
There's not other places to swim in LA. What the fuck is happening?
well,
That's where they find Johns and tricks. Okay, I'm giving y'all the game, and do me a favor. I gave you the game. This is sometimes you're dating a woman that does this. Oh, I'm going to go to a hotel pool. This is where they find Johns and tricks. Okay, this is where they parade around and campaign, and they go out there, they hang out at the pool, and they hope that older guys that know the game know to pick them up. This happens in Las Vegas all the time. Happens in LA. Happens in Miami. They're not going to swim. They're going to hunt for Johns and tricks, and they're doing it with all of their friends. All right. So that's what they're doing. It's kind of like walking the carpet in Caesar's Palace. It's kind of like, they go into the club, Caesar's Palace pool, or going to the pool at the Flamingo. That's what they're doing. All right. And she can't say that, but I know that's what happens. Let's continue.
I'm going to get there because this part pissed me off. Then we get in the car. Also, by the way, I'm like low-key on shrooms at this point. So my like ability to make decisions was inhibited.
Drugs.
And so she's like, well, just call and he'll give you money for it. And I was like,
This is the sugar daddy.
yeah.
Okay,
was like,
bleep his name, but yeah.
I don't want to do that. Like, I was just thinking,
You
like,
get
in my head.
5,000 from him a month, but
Yeah,
okay.
that's why I was like, I don't want to do this.
Which,
like,
by
this
the way,
is-
means you're making 6 figures. So why couldn't you just afford to get the hotel?
Well, because I was using that money for my debt and for my pets.
Exactly. So again, look, I know I got to keep stopping it, but there's so much teaching in here. So she making 6 figures a month, 6 figures a year, still didn't have enough. She was in debt and paying for her pets. The money was gone. She could have just, you would think that they're making all that money and they could have just got a hotel room. Nope. They still had to call another man. Not only one sugar baby, but 2 sugar babies had to call another man, even though that they're out there doing it. Now, remember, the guy didn't like that she was hanging out with the other sugar baby. No, that's not what he didn't like. He didn't like that they were at the hotel on the Blade with the other sugar baby, at the hotel, at the Fountain Blue, at the Caesar's Palace. That's what he didn't like, because he knew what that meant. He was trying to be somewhat exclusive, paying X amount of dollars a month. He thought he had it exclusive, but she's still out there campaigning and parading. And he was like, no, thank you. And then she called him up to try to get him to pay for it. He was like, no bueno, I got to cut you. All right. So that's how she got cut.
Now I got to cut.
That's how she got cut. So she's not telling the whole story.
Yeah, maybe. I doubt it, but go on. Maybe pets. Doubts you wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
But
Okay. Anyways.
okay.
So then, basically, I was like, in my head, I'm like, I should not do this. Like, this is bad. But in my like shroom mind, I was like, okay, like I'll just call him. I call him. By the way, he doesn't like when I do shrooms. So then it was just like a double whammy.
shock.
I'm like, hey, and he's like, so you're on shrooms and you want me to pay for this hotel room? He's like, I'm not doing that. And then
Because, sex comes along with that. Right. So if he's trying to be exclusive sugar daddy paying an allowance, he definitely don't want her to be high in a hotel room he paid for that he's not fucking her in, because somebody's gonna fuck her, whether for free or a fee. And he knows that, so he had to cut that bitch off. Right. This is what I call bad pussy management. They mismanage their vaginas all the time. Even when they got a layup, they're gonna fuck it up and fumble it. So she could have just played it easy, stayed at the crib, but no, they go out there and she fucked it up. Yep, misguided, undecided, can't follow directions, and this is what you get when you get renegades. This is why women like this need a pimp. I don't like pimps, but this is why pimps exist, to keep these women focused. Okay, so let's continue.
Fair.
It was like, he was like, I just feel like we're not a good match for each other.
Pimp gonna keep her focused. A pimp gonna keep her about the business. A pimp gonna keep her about that business and running that trick's pockets. All right. But a renegade ain't. She gonna come out here and buy weed and shrooms and be broke at the end of the day, and then still have to go out there and date multiple sugar daddies, right? And try to finesse niggas in that. Yeah. A pimp gonna keep her straight and keep her focused on that bag.
And then he broke up with me the next day.
Drugged out crazy person.
I'm not a drugged out crazy person.
That steals shit. Yes.
Yeah. Well.
Okay, so what was he getting for 5,000 hours a month? In detail.
My boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
We like
now,
never
how
really,
did this work? Because if you're recruiting another one,
we're really not like a sugar baby relationship.
Where'd you guys meet?
On Hinge.
Okay.
So they met on Hinge. So again, the spectrum is what I call it. We weren't really sugar daddy, sugar baby. Listen to this.